In the quaint village of Timewell, where the streets were paved with cobblestone and the houses wore ivy coats, there was a peculiar little shop known as the Infinite Tick. It was perched at the corner of Hourglass Alley and 2nd Street, a place that stood stoically against the rust of time, owned by Mr. Cedric Kronos, a clockmaker with the rare gift of listening to time. Cedric was not merely a craftsman, he was a connoisseur of moments, a wizard with gears and hands of clocks that spoke the wisdom of centuries. But even the most skilled require an apprentice, and thus enters our story, a young orphan named Alara, who possessed eyes as curious as the dawn and a mind as sharp as the chime at noon. Alara was found on the steps of the Infinite Tick one frosty morning, wrapped in a shawl with clocks embroidered upon it, a ticking lullaby that only Cedric could hear. Recognizing a kinship deeper than mere coincidence, he took her in, not just into his shop, but into the arcane art of clockmaking, a craft where time told more than just hours, but stories. Under Cedric's tutelage, Alara learned that each clock had its own heartbeat, a unique rhythm that danced to the tune of its owner's life. She learned how to mend the ticks and tocks, but more importantly, how to listen. For in the village of Timewell, time whispered secrets, and only those attuned could understand. One peculiar clock, grand and ornate, stood untouched by the corner of the shop. It was the legacy of Timewell, a tower clock that was said to regulate more than just the village time, but the very fabric of reality within Timewell. Legends spoke that as long as the clock ticked, harmony would embrace the village. On Alara's 16th birthday, a storm unlike any other shook Timewell. Lightning struck, and the great tower clock ceased its tick. A silence fell, so profound that babies ceased their crying and the teapots stopped whistling. Time itself was holding its breath, waiting for the pendulum to swing once more. Alara, with the knowledge she had gleaned from Cedric and driven by the heartbeat of her own courage, climbed the tower. There, amidst the storm's fury, she saw the damage, a dislodged gear, ancient and as big as herself. With a strength born from necessity and fueled by the magic Cedric had passed on to her, she realigned the gear. As she fitted the last piece, the clock began to tick, weakly at first, then with growing confidence. The storm abated, and time exhaled. Timewell came back to life, the teapots resumed their whistling, and babies continued their symphony of newborn cries. Descending the tower, Alara found the villagers gathered, their eyes wide with wonder. Cedric, with tears gleaming like molten silver, embraced her. "You've done more than fix a clock," he whispered. "You've mended the fabric of our reality." Years passed, and Alara's fame as the timekeeper of Timewell spread far beyond the cobblestone streets of her childhood village. But within the walls of the Infinite Tick, amidst the ceaseless chorus of ticking, she continued her work, now not just an apprentice, but a master in her own right, forever listening to the heartbeat of time. Through her story, the villagers of Timewell learned something eternal, that magic isn't just in the realm of the surreal, but can be found in the everyday gears and ticks of life, in the courage to repair what is broken, and in the wisdom to listen, deeply and patiently, to the tick of the infinite.